Now let's look at this process all coming together here. It doesn't work. Noah's having trouble solving three equations. In each case, he took steps that he thought were acceptable but ended up with statements that were clearly not true. Analyze Noah's work on each equation and the moves he made. Test to see if Noah's solution is correct. If not, where in the process of solving the equation did Noah go wrong? Circle the mistake, then correctly solve the equation if necessary. Okay, so what I recommend with these is before you go through each step, let's see if the solution is correct, remember, then that means that we created equivalent equations throughout the way and must have done the work correctly. So let's check Noah's solution first and see if that's correct. See if it turns out to be a true statement. If it is, then we don't have to go through all of the steps to determine if he went wrong because he ended up with the correct answer. So let's just see here. So we're going to put negative 15 in for x and see what happens here. So negative 2, negative 15 minus 5. And the question is, does that equal 20? All right. So negative 2, negative 15 minus 5 would be negative 20. Does that equal 20? And hopefully you're seeing at this point that negative 2 times negative 20 is 40, and 40 is not equal to 20. So no. He must have done something wrong through the process here. So let's go through now that we've done a little bit of solving work. We noticed that he applied the distributive property first, and we talked about how that is a good idea. So let's see what happens. If we do the negative 2 times x, we get negative 2x. If we do negative 2 times negative 5, what happened here, you guys? Negative 2 times negative 5 should be a positive 10, a plus 10 here. A negative times a negative is a positive. So it's actually in that second step there, the distributive property was correct, but the way he did the distributive property created a little error here. So although some of the other steps here actually look pretty good, the answer will be off because of that little mistake that he made. So let's just correct that work. So negative 2x plus 10 is equal to 20. All right, so now that will actually change a little bit of our next step, because since it's a plus 10, now we will actually subtract 10 from both sides of the equation. So we have negative 2x is equal to 10, and then we will divide both sides of the equation. Remember, this is negative 2 times x, so divide both sides by negative 2. That's positive 1x, and 10 divided by negative 2 is negative 5. All right, so that should be the correct answer. Let's just confirm that over here. So if I put negative 5 in for x, does that equal 20? All right, so that'd be negative 2. Negative 5 minus 5 is negative 10. And negative 2 times negative 10 is 20. So yes, you can see that that works. So a little mistake there, but ended up with a different solution. So it didn't create an equivalent equation if you make that mistake. All right, let's look at the next one here. All right, let's do the same thing. Let's check, see if this creates equivalent. Now there's two places that you are going to plug in x here. You're going to substitute x in. So let's see. So 2 times negative 2 plus 7. Does that equal negative 2 plus 1? All right, so 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, so negative 4, I guess I'll put a question mark here. Negative 4 plus 7, and does that equal negative 2 plus 1? Negative 4 plus 7 would be 3, and 3 is not equal. Negative 2 plus 1 is going to be negative 1, so no, that doesn't work. So once again, there must have been a mistake here. Okay, so this equation looks a little bit different than some of the other ones. No distributive property. The combining like terms, well, we got to get the x's on the same side of the equation before we can start undoing and solving. So in the second step, they subtracted x from both sides, Noah did, which is fine. So if you subtract x from both sides, then that cancels out over here. 2x minus x, 2x minus x is not going to be 3x. 2x plus x would be 3x. 2x minus x should be a 1x. So once again, that looks like that's actually where the mistake is right here. So let's go ahead and fix that. So 2x minus x should be then a 1x plus 7 is equal to 1. Which actually makes things go a lot faster here, doesn't it? So 1x or just x plus 7. So we'll just now undo by subtracting 7 from both sides. So x is equal to negative 6, it looks like. Should we just double check that? We'll use a different color here. So let's just check negative 6 back up here in the original equation. So that would be 2 times negative 6 plus 7. Is that going to be equal to negative 6 plus 1, question mark? All right, so 2 times negative 6 would be negative 12 plus 7. Negative 6 plus 1. Negative 12 plus 7 is negative 5. And negative 6 plus 1 is also negative 5. So yes, that works. The rest of the steps looked pretty okay up here, if you're looking through those steps. But that was where the mistake was. Okay. All right, we got another big equation here. Let's see if we can figure out first if the answer is correct by substituting that in for x before we go through and see if there's mistakes. So 2 times 5 plus, okay, so negative 2 is going to go in for x here. Minus 3 is equal to 3 times negative 2 plus 9. Okay, so 5 plus negative 2, in parentheses here, is 3. So this would be 2 times 3 minus 3. And 3 times negative 2 is negative 6 plus 9. All right, 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 3 is 3. And negative 6 plus 9. Well, this time, yes, this is actually correct. So the solution is correct in this problem. If you're curious about how the solution worked, did distributive property, combine some like terms, got the x's on the same side equation. If you want a good example of a little bit more challenging solving equations problem here, feel free to look through those steps, and every step looks very good in this one.